cars outside. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's the firemen.
Yeah. It's, our other
Much
guests.
better.
They always have a good presence. So when we have these things, like before, we never really would comment on it. Just saying that we've already discussed it, like the sidewalk.
So, for example,
Like just that it's on the omnibus already because we discussed it last week. Is that all we're supposed to be saying now?
right, so yours, right, you just,
So I don't need to give any details because we got the details last week. Okay.
you can just say, there were 2 items from my committee, both were discussed last time, but you
Okay.
can just,
If
Paraphrase.
If anybody has any questions, if not, they're on the omnibus for action later tonight.
Okay.
and I would just paraphrase them, right? It's the 2025 IDOT motor fuel tax,
Yep.
and it's the lead service line.
Okay. Yeah. So this seems like it's a change from what we did before.
It
We
is.
just,
It is, and that's, you
It's all
don't,
Mike's fault. Isn't it?
No, this is not my doing.
but you don't have to read that whole thing either. right?
Okay.
You can, again, just say what the topic is. I have 2 topics for my committee, previously discussed.
Okay.
Beyond, it's this and this. If you have
Perfect.
any questions, if not, it'll be on the.
Yes, I had my short version that was just kind of reiterating
Okay.
what I said last week, but I'm like,
You don't need to.
no one wants to hear it the first time.
It was a nice, long meeting last time. So,
It was so
Good.
nice, no need to say it twice.
right, that's,
I like it. I like
hey,
it.
Nicole.
Hello.
Hey, Nicole,
Hello.
good evening, how are you?
Oh, good evening. I'm good.
Nicole, we're just saying, no, but it doesn't apply to you. On the committee reports, when it's something that's
Let me
been
guess,
previously
nothing to report.
discussed, which again, it doesn't apply to you.
Live and
That,
love.
like all Al has to say is, I have 2 items on the agenda. He just briefly says what they are. He doesn't read them.
Hello.
And then he just says they were previously discussed. If there's no further questions, go
Okay,
on.
but he
I'm
reads the
crushed.
line item.
He doesn't have to read the whole thing.
Paraphrase it.
He can paraphrase it.
The
He
whole
can just
thing
say,
is, this is just to be.
Jim's
Oh,
gonna read
when
it.
do I get to jump on that committee?
Okay.
Right.
So
I love the canceled meetings.
So all Al has
Okay,
to say is.
so they're gonna have a
the
fine,
IDOT
we'll do
motor
public
fuel.
health and safety.
That's all he has to say.
Is this better,
on
Mike,
Thursday.
or?
Different towns
Sounds
do
good.
differently, staff wanted to move to this direction.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's more of like a refresher for the public and the
Yeah,
board to say, hey,
right.
we discussed these things
Yeah.
at the last meeting.
Yeah.
If anybody has any additional questions, let's
I
talk
like
about
it,
it.
I
If
get
not,
it,
it's
okay.
on the bus later
We
tonight.
just need to get used to it.
Right.
It's a
Right.
totally
Good,
new-
good, good.
And it's just that kind of a paraphrase. That's what Al was just asking.
At least read them.
Does he need to read it?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You hate to invite questions.
Good to know. John, you want to talk to me? I know, not
You have
tonight.
Plus the annual sickage.
This is
I think we deserve a
okay.
quick meeting.
I did. So that will come in,
That's my little
item
script,
A.
Which I think we're getting better at.
Filled this year. I drove through the
Yes.
Making
Okay.
a copy of his certificate from one of these ones and then
Whole
one
business.
for.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Maybe she was gonna be patient. That's what I was guessing. So why is it we do it on this one? Okay.
Yes. I know, Ellen sent me a note
And it doesn't.
about that, so great, I'm
Yeah,
glad
that's
for
what I
you
was
that you
wondering.
can go home.
Cool, okay. Thank you. Yeah, no.
What?
I think that was a huge.
Bless you.
That's a big deal. Not a big deal
Let's
for
see.
me. Okay, all right. It's like there's a
He
lot of
introduced
cars
me.
here, I wasn't sure.
I know.
Chad, he's like,
They're swearing someone
It's
in.
my next gig right
They made
here.
it feel I'm like, oh no.
I know.
Is there a public comment? I'm like, oh wait, we're swearing someone in.
You would raise the average age, you said,
Yeah. Amy?
yeah, I'm not sure where you.
Yes,
but not this. But this, you wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. Yep.
When you have your 2 items that are discussed, all you have to say when you get
Yeah,
your report out is you just say, I have 2 items
Mike
that were
Kelly.
previously discussed.
All right.
Comfort agreement.
looking happily retired.
And the.
It's coming as cities.
Yeah.
the omnibus. If anybody has any questions, we can discuss. If not, they're on the omnibus. Okay. You just have to just say the topic. Okay. Because we already discussed it.
Okay, cool. Easy peasy.
Right. Again, Al was like, do I have to read this whole thing?
Keep it short.
Al and Amy like to keep their committees very short.
Yes.
They're speaking short.
That's a
Not like
good,
Scott,
that's a
just
good way.
Yeah.
That's really short.
We're not doing it.
AJ's gonna stand at the door. AJ, you could sit right there. There's a chair right there. You could sit there. Yeah. He lost his seat to the fire department. Oh, now Heather took that seat. Where's Heather's seat? She must have moved herself.
What a beautiful.
Hello, you guys.
In addition
How
to
are
page
you?
18, back the big old packet.
This number just needed an adjustment based on
Yes.
prior. John will explain it.
Yeah, John will explain
Yeah,
it.
John will explain it.
I'm
Nicole
working on my
knows.
list of 5 things I did for the village last.
I think your salary is low enough that they're not gonna look too close at you.
I don't think naps count, do they?
But because of those naps, you are
Ready,
for
rearing
this.
to go.
You'll be ready for this. you know?
Yeah.
Is this the same thing that we do when they ask you to, like, say if you're affiliated with a company or something?
We have our second location at
No, this is,
Five Sisters
yes, they
Pet
do
Stores.
ask.
We just got
but
notified
only
that we were
once a
getting
year.
kicked out
You don't?
because Lifetime is coming. So Lifetime bought it.
Anything like that. I have an
You think you make a deal with
FHA
Lifetime?
board. Because every year I do it a little differently and then I'm like,
I know, I feel like
I need to put that
I'm like, I
on.
don't remember how I answered it before, because I know you don't have to do 529s and you don't have to do like.
Mike has a nice cheat sheet. We'll
Look at the
send
cheat
out.
sheet.
Yeah.
That's the big decision.
But you basically don't, you only have to say if you own like a publicly
90
held
days to
stock,
get
right?
there.
Or if you have
Oh,
interest in a business.
It's a quick-
You gotta hustle.
Or
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
Do we need
own a
iPads?
property in town other than your primary residence.
No, I saw you brought the whole gang.
I'm
here.
allowed to
But I don't think we need
I think they
it.
should be up here
Unless you
tonight.
want it, we can grab them.
A couple chairs.
We have no presentations this
Al and I
evening.
are working. Al and
Okay.
I are working on.
But if somebody wants one, I'll grab it.
Village
Hoping this is a shorter evening for you guys after the last couple. It's been long. This was supposed to be strategic planning, but Heidi said, oh, let's push that.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, same.
Everybody's happy about that, Heidi.
It's a nice night, but I'm slightly energized, but let's wait.
Yeah. As soon as they all leave, though, it'll be quiet again.
I mean, because it's 50 degrees out, I feel slightly energized. It was so cold, I just want
happy.
to go home and be happy.
It was
Even though your
so nice.
grass is so brown and sad, at least it's good to see the grass.
My dog got, do you have a dog?
No.
So
Dog got
muddy.
out. Yeah.
It's like so disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to see the grass, but it's really wet and muddy.
Yes, it is.
Still 2 minutes.
Oh, it's 6:58.
Yeah. I have 1 minute left.
No, I always have it on. There's 10
You can't start a conversation. Just hit
Too many kids' sports updates going on. It's already going too fast, Jim. It's already going too fast. Half, what, 3/4 of the way through 5th grade already? Craziness. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
You throw them by starting early.
It's legally required. It's not
So you
7.
might be a little bit
There's
as you said.
a clear fault that I didn't want to see tonight.
It's 6:45.
Okay, 7 o'clock. All right, good evening. Welcome to the February 24th, 2025 regular meeting of the Village of Western Springs Village Board of Trustees. To honor our nation's heroes, and especially to honor the individuals who serve and protect our community, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, thank you very much. Clerk Timick, may we have the roll call, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Here.
Trustee Chen.
Here.
Trustee Fink.
Here.
Trustee Lewis.
Here.
Trustee Naraki.
Here.
Trustee Terrell.
Here.
All present.
Thank you very much. Village Manager Bear, I believe we have a swearing in tonight.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much. I would like to invite Chief Brian Scott to come up and say a few words.
President Rudolph, members of the board, Clerk Timick, Manager Bear. I have the great pleasure of introducing the next Deputy Director of the Department of Fire EMS, John Carlson. John joins us after a 26-year career in the fire service. Most recently, he just retired from the village of Hinsdale as their Deputy Chief. John has, as I mentioned, a very distinguished career where he has served in several pivotal leadership roles, including company officer, shift commander, EMS coordinator, and also served in plan review, public education, and fire inspections. Chief Carlson's education background is equally impressive. He holds dual degrees in social work and psychology from Winona University and possesses several Illinois Fire State Marshal certifications, including the highest one, attainable Chief Fire Officer, and several Technical Rescue Specialty certifications. I've known John for over 26 years, and I can personally attest, as if many of the people in this room can also attest, he is a man of talent and integrity, and he's going to bring his talents, his leadership ability, and that degree of integrity to our organization and really help us serve the residents in the way that they've done for so many years. So I'd like John to introduce his family real quick. I know we're going to have Clerk Timick do the swearing in, and I'd like for his daughter, Elizabeth, to do the pin badging as well. Okay.
So my wife here is in the front row, Jill Carlson, and then her parents, Rich and Judy Solis, and then my daughter, Elizabeth. And also watching online is my dad, Lester, and my oldest brother, Dan, and then my brother, Steve, and my sister, Sarah, and my son, Nicholas. So actually, yeah.
Clerk Timick, if you could do the honors, please.
If you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Carlson,
Having been appointed to the position of
having been appointed to the position of
Deputy Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
Deputy Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
in the Village of Western Springs,
in the Village of Western Springs,
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Municipal Code of Western Springs,
and the Municipal Code of Western Springs,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the position
the duties of the position
of Deputy Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
of Deputy Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Just want to let you know how honored I am to have been chosen to serve as this role for Western Springs. Being in Hinsdale next door and working with all of you for a long time, I really got to know the quality of members of the fire department. I have a lot of respect for all of you and just eager to serve with you and with the village. I've heard nothing but good things about the village of Western Springs and all of those of you who serve that, and I want to serve alongside of you. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Welcome. give people the opportunity to leave unless you would like to stay. Well, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, even though it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I love it.
You think I need a dress for it?
I know. I think it's great.
Yeah.
He's in Copenhagen.
Don't you love how they all come? I like it.
know.
I think it's
I'm
great.
jealous. Here we are.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's nice. It's the support for each other. It's great. Okay. Well, that's terrific. We were just side chatting that it's just always great to see the support that everybody that comes out. It's always a great event. It's 5 minutes, but it's awesome.
Yes.
All right. Well, moving on, we'll go to public comment. And at this time, we'd like to open the meeting to public comment. And is there anyone from the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, I'm going to move on to item number 6, the approval of the minutes. We have the February 10th, 2025 meeting minutes for approval on the omnibus. Did anybody have any changes or additions, anything noted? Okay, if not, then they will be on the omnibus as read. So now we will move to the committees, and most of these are just brief reminder reports. Many of the items have been previously discussed, and I know we're all kind of getting a little bit used to the format of these, but we'll begin with general government. Trustee Tyrrell.
I have no report this evening.
Okay, well, yours was easy then. Okay, moving on then to Finance Committee. Trustee Chen.
Thank you. There is a piece of business. The ordinance authorizing the issuance of alternate revenue bonds is in tonight's packet, is an amendment to an ordinance previously passed by the board at its March 11th, 2024 meeting. This updated ordinance, to be considered under old business tonight, amends the language offering clarification of the intended revenue source. I'll hand it over to Director Mastodona to offer more details and answer any questions.
Thank you, Trustee Chen. As previously stated, a version of this ordinance was approved in March of 2024. The intention to pay for these bonds were to utilize funds from the Stormwater Utility Fund. The original ordinance that passed commingles the definition of the water and sewer system separate from the stormwater system. And the ordinance presented tonight clearly defines the stormwater utility fee would be the revenue source pledged to repay these bonds, which was always our intention. These are alternate revenue bonds, and I just kind of want to highlight how these differ between the general obligation bonds that is part of the referendum question for April 1st, 2025. The stormwater projects will be covered by the stormwater utility fee. We designated a specific revenue source to repay back those bonds. That's what's considered alternate revenue bonds. That would have no impact on a property tax bill. The referendum on the ballot is for the issuance of general obligation bonds. General obligation bonds are backed by the property tax levy, which means the repayment of bonds are paid by the funds collected through property taxes. So throughout the community, that would impact property taxes. Both forms of bond issuances are to help the village address some of the most critical needs of our infrastructure, guided by the results of our capital improvement plan. The alternate revenue bonds allow us to address some of the stormwater specific projects, but there are not enough other funding sources to address water mains, sanitary sewer, roads, and sidewalks in the same manner. I would also like to point out the printout that was left on at each one of your chairs. It's an update to page 18 of the agenda packet. The only difference, we were waiting on a confirmed registered voters. So that 803 number on the printout has been updated. This notice of intent to issue bonds will be published in the Suburban Life newspaper, and this will begin another 30-day petition period. The same thing happened last March when it was originally approved. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Again, just go back over the specific update, it's the language, right, is being updated?
Correct, yes, yeah. So our intention was always to use the stormwater utility fund. The
Yeah.
language in the original ordinance, then it combined the two systems into
Okay.
one system. The sewer system, which is covered by the water and sewer rate, and the stormwater system covered by the stormwater utility fee. Since we are just planning on using stormwater utility fee, it is taking out the water and sewer portion of that language.
Okay. Everybody good on that? Okay.
And you have to publish it again because we made a slight change to it?
Correct, yeah, the intent to issue and the authorized ordinance will be published together, and it's a 30-day petition period.
Okay.
All right, that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, moving on, planning and zoning, trustee Naraki.
Thanks, President Rudolph. I just have 3 items that'll be on the bus tonight, just to remind everybody about. Item number 8A, 2025 official zoning map. This item relates to the 2025 official zoning map, which was discussed at the February 10th board meeting. As such, it's on the omnibus portion of tonight's meeting. Item number 8B, Timber Trail subdivision, sidewalk, and public utility easements for lots 222, 223, 274, 275, and 276. This item relates to the easements for the pedestrian circulation system in Timber Trails, which was discussed at the February 10th board meeting. As such, it's on the omnibus portion of tonight's meeting. Item number 8C, French Market, 6th addendum to the market license agreement between the Village of Western Springs and Ben Sadoun USA Incorporated relative to the operation of a French market in the village. This item relates to the continuation of the village's French market events, which was discussed at the February 10th board meeting. As such, it's on the omnibus portion for tonight.
Okay.
And that concludes my report for tonight.
Great.
President Rudolph.
Anybody have any questions on those? Okay, moving on then, Public Works and Water Committee, trustee Fink.
Thank you. We only have 2 items, and they're both previously discussed, and they're on the omnibus. The first is the 2025 IDOT motor fuel tax authorization. That's for sidewalk shaping and road salt. And the second one is for the lead service line replacement, Phase 2, the funding nomination form.
Anyone have any questions about that? All right, very good, thank you. Moving on, Properties and Rec, trustee Vankian.
I have 2 things that have also been previously discussed and will be on tonight's omnibus. One is the approval and authorization of an agreement with Air Comfort, and one is the approval and authorization of a resolution of the local public agency contract with NPN Flooring. Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Public Health and Safety Committee, trustee Lewis.
No report this evening.
All right, very good. Thank you, everybody, for those updates and reminders. We will move on for consideration of and action on agenda items for the omnibus. The Illinois state statutes allow a municipality to collectively vote on a group of ordinances, resolutions, and other motions such as awards of contract, appointments, etc. This is known as an omnibus vote. All the items contained on the omnibus vote list have been previously discussed by the President and Board of Trustees on at least one occasion and often on several occasions. By placing them on the omnibus vote list, a single vote may be taken to approve them. A trustee may remove any item from the list and have it discussed and voted on separately prior to the omnibus vote. Is there any such request? All right, hearing none. Trustee Terrell.
Thank you, President Rudolph. I'd move the following ordinances, resolutions, and motions as contained on the meeting agenda for February 24th, 2025 be adopted and/or approved under an omnibus vote. Agenda item 15A, a motion to approve the February 10th, 2025 President and Board of Trustees meeting minutes as read. Agenda item 15B, a motion to approve and authorize the Public Water Supply Program, that's PWSLP, lead service line replacement, LSR, LR projects funding nomination form for loan assistant with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, IEPA, for the purpose of requesting funding for Phase 2 design, construction, and construction engineering for the replacement of 45 lead service lines for the CY 25 to 26. That's July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026 fiscal year. Agenda item 15C, ordinance number 25-3248, an ordinance approving an updated version of the Village of Western Springs official zoning map pursuant to Sections 11-12-6, 11-12-7, and 11-13-19 of the Illinois Municipal Code, that's 65 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/11-12-6, 11-12-7, and 11-13-9, and Section 10-5-3 zoning map of the Western Springs Municipal Code. Agenda item 15D, resolution number 25-2884, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a sixth addendum to the market license agreement between the Village of Western Springs and Bensidian USA Incorporated relative to the operation of a French market in the village, extended term February 24th, 2025 to December 31st, 2027. Agenda item 15E, resolution number 25-2885, a resolution approving public sidewalk easement and public utility easement agreements and related plats of sidewalk easements and public utility easements for lots 274, 276, 222, and 275 of Unit 1, and Lot 223 of Unit 2 within the Timber Trail subdivision. Agenda item letter 5, letter F, resolution number 25-2886, a motion to approve and authorize the appropriation of the sum of $155 of motor fuel tax funds for sidewalk replacement program and purchase of roadway salt. That's MFT Resolution Form BLR 14220. Agenda item 15G, resolution number 25-2887, a resolution approving and authorizing a vendor contract with Air Comfort LLC of Broadview, Illinois, as the lowest qualified responsive bidder for the 2025 Village Hall HVAC Controls Replacement Project, and authorizing the expenditure of village funds to pay for the project in an amount not to exceed $88,750. Agenda item 15H, resolution number 25-2887, a resolution accepting project base bid and authorizing the approval and execution of the local public agency formal contract for 2025 flooring replacement contract to be entered into between the Village of Western Springs and NPN Flooring of Brookfield, Illinois, and authorizing the expenditure of village funds to pay for the project in the amount of $50,000.
Thank you very much. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
May we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Terrell.
Aye.
President Rudolph.
Aye.
The motions, ordinances, and resolutions contained on the agenda of February 24th, 2025 are hereby adopted or approved.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 17, new business. Are there any new business items?
None.
Okay, if not, we'll move on to old business. And going to old business then, Trustee Chen, I think we have a motion on the ordinance.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 25-3247, an ordinance authorizing the issuance by the Village of Western Springs, Cook County, Illinois, of its general obligation bonds, alternate revenue source, said bonds being general obligation bonds for which real property taxes unlimited as to rate or amount may be levied, but which are expected to be paid from the village's stormwater utility fee, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $9,500,000 for the purpose of paying the cost of improving the village's stormwater system to alleviate flooding in the village.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All right, thank you. May we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Terrell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to our reports. Trustee Chen, we're back to you for the January 2025 financial report.
And I'm going to keep it very brief. It's a 1-month report for January, and I didn't think there was anything too special to report. It's in your packet. You can look at it if you have any questions. And I think I'm just going to leave it there, and I would make a motion to accept the January 2025 monthly financial report.
Very good. Is there a second?
I will second the motion.
All right, very good. And again, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Terrell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Trustee Chen. Okay, For my report tonight, just a few updates of just some outside meetings that myself and others have attended that I just want to quickly recap. The first, a few weeks ago, I think as many of you know, we're associate members of the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference, and a few weeks ago, the mayors and presidents, we meet on occasion informally. We had some of the others there from Oak Brook, Glen Ellen, Clarendon Hills, Elmhurst, and others, probably about 15 of us. And just talking, we just talk about kind of shared issues, different things going on in the different communities. I would say the themes tended to be multifamily housing developments, a lot of zoning updates in these villages, and also a lot of interesting developments in public safety. So those are some of the themes that came out of those from our neighboring communities. The second event, Trustee Naraki and I both attended, which was the West Central Municipal Conference Legislative Breakfast, which was, where was that at? That was in Elmwood Park?
Biacalata.
Okay.
Elmwood Park.
And it was a very well-attended event that was very full. There were members of many of the local West suburban communities, and we heard some brief updates from a lot of members regarding Springfield, what's happening there, and just a brief update from those folks, which was also quite interesting. And then most recently, just this last week, Trustee Naraki and I and several members of the staff attended the Township of Lyons Stormwater Management and Infrastructure Update, where we heard updates from Representative Caston, from the MWRD, and from IDOT on the various projects going on in our area. We heard definitely a lot of different projects.
Get ready for some road construction.
Yeah, ready for some road construction. There were a lot of discussions about, for example, on Plainfield Road, also on 55th Street, which we know we've had some of our residents talk about 55th heading east towards LaGrange. But it was a good overall update on those. Also, just not really as an update, but I just wanted to, we have all been very busy. There have been a lot of things going on and a lot of involvement from the community, and I just wanted to express my thanks and gratitude towards everybody. You're all volunteers. We're all volunteers. So I just want to thank everybody for their time and commitment to this effort and to studying the issues and participating, and it's not always easy. So thank you to everybody for that. And with that, I will move on to Village Manager Bear.
Thank you. I just have a couple of items. After our last board meeting on February 11th, Tuesday, we did hold our open house, our second open house for discussion of the infrastructure referendum that is to take place on the ballot April 1st, or early voting if anybody chooses to do that. It was nicely attended. It was at the Thomas Ford Public Library, so thanks to them for hosting us. We have one more open house that's scheduled Thursday, March 13th. That one will be 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Forest Hills Elementary School. Again, getting out into the neighborhood is important. We will also host another open house type of forum over at the Senior Center, at the Rec Center. Date hasn't been set yet for that, but we are trying to get out and talk to anyone who would like more information on the facts surrounding what this referendum is and what the projects proposed would be. And so there's a lot of information on the website. I just want to remind the board, if you have questions or someone comes to you with questions, staff is available. We're happy to speak with anyone who may reach out looking for more information. I have one other item. The Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada, that's GFOA, has awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting to the Village of Western Springs for its annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2023. More exciting news from the Finance Department. The report has been judged by an impartial panel to meet the high standards of the program, which includes demonstrating a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by the village. This marks the 30th consecutive year that the village has received this prestigious award. So I wanted to congratulate John.
Congratulations.
The comprehensive financial report takes a lot of effort by our staff, by John in particular. Obviously for many years, it's been something that we have taken very seriously. Transparency is very, very important to us. And this is one of the best ways we can communicate our financial position to our residents and to others who may want to see how things go here at the village. So thank you to your staff, Director Mastandona, and thank you to you. And thank you to the board for supporting us as we try to every year meet this very high standard.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, congratulations. It's quite an accomplishment. 30 years, consecutive years is just incredible. And we're really, really fortunate that we are in this community. We have your excellent support here and that we've achieved this once again. It really speaks so highly of the village. So thank you very much. We're very fortunate. Thank you.
Fun to carry on Director Turry's legacy there.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Didn't break the streak, ever. Thank you.
That's all I have.
All right, very good. Thank you. Attorney Jerusik?
Just real quick, with bond ordinances, we have to have the corporate authorities vote, and I'm not sure if I heard President Rudolph vote. She voted yes last time. If she didn't vote, I assume you still are in favor of it, and you're a yes vote?
I'm a yes vote.
That's what I thought.
That was the old business item?
The old business item.
I did not do a super majority vote, no.
That's okay.
Do
Can
you
we
wanna
just
run through it again?
correct, no, just correct the record to
Okay.
indicate that.
I'm a yes.
That,
Excellent. Okay.
yeah, the president's a yes, no further report. Thank you.
Thank you for the correction.
Yep.
Anything else? Okay. Well, if nothing further, we have no closed meeting, so I can entertain a motion to adjourn.
There'll be a motion to adjourn tonight's Board of Trustees meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, very good. We are adjourned. Thank you.
You come in now, it's all over.
We finished.
It's all over.
It's open to the public.
It's all over.
It's all over.